saying that while we introduced the dairy cows to them and they helped them to earn money, but it was good that I also preserved the Ankole cows and that I made Kisozi my farm, a granary of the Ankole cows, that whatever type you want to find, you will find them here, that I kept the genes of the Ankole cows. And that now he's saying that in the past, the Ankole cows were not well selected because if it was a high milker, it wouldn't move so fast. And people were moving around, we are running around, so they saw the heavy milkers as a problem. They preferred the low milkers because at least they could walk long distances. He was saying a lot of things about the Ankole cows. Okay, now you people,
Excellency, Mama Geneti, Abebe Mizmwena, Liomu Mchitini Sache, abantu benaremu, abantu barhanga. Amazina, ndi kusasaranuha.
Your Excellency and Mama, all our guests, my name is Kusasra.
Nindaga umchalo cha Kasana.
I come from Kasana village.
Gomba Mzwara, Sembabule district.
From Sembabule district.
Your Excellency, nyowendi yomwe abantu ababari asufiti za Kampala nimpakata kando muka zigirehi kama 12 zitaka.
Your Excellency, I'm among those that used to stay in Kampala on the streets doing cheap jobs. Yet at home we had 20 acres of land, but I was stuck in Kampala during these cheap jobs on the streets.
Akaharmu enti kumi muri kama 12 enti kumi na ibiri konka namatego kunywa omukobwa gatunga ryortaro.
We used to have 15 cows to 20 in our 20 acres of land back home, Your Excellency.
Konka kuna huriro kusomesa kwa Your Excellency na hindra omunteka teka na nyenaza kugeza sakukirabe nikibasika na hinga ekibingo.
But when I had, Your Excellency, your mindset programs, your preaching on development, all those so many lessons that I got, Your Excellency, I also said one day I'll try. Then I started with hay growing.
Akanya konkakasara mwebisenge ekibingo na itandika kukigaburira entezere kamwa.
Your Excellency, I divided my piece of land into different paddocks. Then I grew hay that I started giving cows that were for milking.
Kuna ageze isaha ntibiri zayongeraho amate na twamu kukigaburira ente zona ezere kamwa kandi zitakurengana hanti 10 ente mukaga aharimusanga.
Your Excellency, when the milk production increased because of the hay that I had grown, I started now feeding this hay to all the other cows that were not even more than 20, but through the other method and your preaching of the 4-acre plan, now I started feeding all these cows from the dairy cows.
No unda bentaka tunjire nzungu munonga friziani saga mankasazo na itano garka higuru kongente zitu za cross obahate nimbasako kama hagati yarita 9 na 12.
Your Excellency, even if I don't have the extreme pure Frisian cows, but the cross cows I have as of now, at least I can get close to 90 to 100 liters of milk, Your Excellency.
Nikora average mbaranguni kamarta 10.
I milk 100 liters, Your Excellency.
Reta nsiringirnana kuriyo waitu omusebyaro ahakukisubuza.
Your Excellency, sale price of milk in our village, when you're selling, it's 800 shillings, Your Excellency.
Nikimanisa kunimbasa kutunge mtwaro 8 buri izoba.
Every day, Your Excellency, I earn 80,000 shillings.
Milioni 2 mtwaro 40 buri kwezi.
2.4 million every month, Your Excellency, is what I earn as a farmer after I've sold my milk from the other 4-acre program.
Omwaka nazo milioni 28 ne mtwaro 8
In a year, I get 28,800,000 shillings, Your Excellency.
kunkuya henshoza ya milioni kamunana n'emitwaro kinana hona nsigara nintunga milioni 22 kwiha Kampala.
Your Excellency, minus all the expenses, when I remove all the expenses of the farm, of the workers, on the 28, I still remain with 20 million, Your Excellency, that I was not earning in Kampala while I was on the streets of Kampala before getting your good message and your mindset change that has helped me now.
Nyine parani obundi emyaka nk'etaano naheza kutunga ameza ga irrigation abo kwandi omwahara ba beneficiaries abakuza kutunga omu this financial year 2023-2024.
Your Excellency, I have a 5-year plan through the irrigation program, Your Excellency, that you put in place, of course, with your able ministers, that I'm one of the beneficiaries. I know with that plan, I intend to do better, Your Excellency, in 5 years. I plan in 2029 to be milking at least 400 liters, Your Excellency, from that plan, because I'll have the irrigation now. In short, in a year, I'll be getting... In a year, in short, I'll be getting 144 million, Your Excellency.
Obuzubu obutwine omukulisa emoba ababigambire n'endwara n'engoha ibura ly'akatare kamate then n'ebyome bitukukozesa nkaito abatandikire kuhinga ekibingo mashini zo zikubasa kukora silage ekindi ekibeni kibura n'agameza go kushikerera kugira ngo buri omukyanda no basa kushikerera obunyatso bwo kubuhingire.
Your Excellency, like the elders have said, we all have the same common challenges of the FMD. We also have common challenges during the drought season. But with this irrigation, Your Excellency, I think I'll do better.
Njagala kusaba ekikanji mu Uganda, njagala kusaba n'abantu mwena kubanga katebigimusabya bbeeyi. Osobola okulunda entemu ng'ate oyina ekibanja mu kibanja kye eky'emmwanyi n'olusuku. Osobola okuteekamu omuddo ng'ebisagazi n'osobola okulunda entemu n'ofuna amata ate n'ofuna n'ekigimusa osaasire Your Excellency nkarabyeho aha abantu abaki.
Your Excellency, he has used this opportunity also to educate the rest. On top of what you've told them, he has also educated from his own. I believe the locals. Abeyo mubiwulidde. Byasomeseza mbiwulidde. Babiwulidde, Your Excellency.
Mwebare kutereza na platform tukagambira abantu baitu mukama bihereza omukisa obwebembezi bulungi.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. God bless you and thank you for the great leadership.
Your Excellency, tweyanziza nnyo abagomba tulese y'abalimi basatu. Ow'emmwanyi omu n'abalunzi basatu, Your Excellency. Mzee Fabia.
Civil President, byonna nebasa Katonda akutukuumidde n'akutuleetera eggomba n'otulabako gwebali nnyo bali ddala. Era President nkwebaza okola oluguudo olwaffe olwa kolasi. Sir President, wankyalirako ewange
omukulu, the gentleman here is called Mr. Fabian. He has started thanking His Excellency the President for the main road, this road from PG to Villa Maria to Masaka.
Wajja ewange n'onkyalirako nga nima enanansi naye omusana ekyeya enanansi ne zifa.
He remembered His Excellency the President visited him sometime and was growing pineapples. But because of the weather conditions, he lost that plantation and he forgot about the pineapples.
Kati now, President, kati ndi mu mwanyi, nasimba mwanyi, ninayika 10 emwanyi era nga bwe nnunda.
Now, after the pineapples, he went to coffee. Currently, he has 100 acres of coffee.
Era Sebo President, bayinza okunjulira ab'eggomba ndi bampita erinnya osimbye mwanyi abaana bampita kwegamba nickname nti osimbye mwanyi n'obujulizi weebuli n'obubuuza ab'eggomba abali awo bampita osimbye mwanyi ntiriko nnyo okulaba nti buli mwana buli family omuntu asemba emwanyi ate emu omulimu gwo Sebo nkuyambako.
He has been nicknamed around this district. Wherever you find him is called, have you planted the coffee? Have you planted coffee? His other name is about planting coffee, and he's calling about all the families that they should inculcate the culture of planting coffee from childhood so that everyone knows about looking after coffee.
Era sebo president watuyita waliwo RDC avaawo n'otujja mu State House Mbende n'okubiriza abantu obutandika mwanyi ku ttaka n'ebirime ne kasooli era ogwo omulimu ngukolera ddala ssebo era bwe ndaba akoze nga ndopa ku poliisi nti omujja mukwate omulimu gw'okola era nsaba pulezidenti twagala amatundubaali.
He remembers some time back the president invited them in Mubenda State Lodge, and he was talking about them about the quality of coffee, that they should not dry their coffee on the ground, on the bare ground, and actually he's calling upon everyone that we keep the quality, and of course putting coffee on the tablings so that doesn't get spoiled.
Kwensinzidde ate se pulezidenti abantu basanyufu akabeeyi kalinnye tekabangawo mu Uganda omutwalo n'okusukka n'okugenda waggulu. Twebaze mu pulezidenti ze watuwa.
He's thanking His Excellency the President that the price of this year has never been like that since time immemorial. The price has been very good, and they've actually got money. As coffee farmers, and the president, for the coffee season.
Mfuna tani 25 omwaka era ne olobuzi bwera tizimala bulungi nsabayo akatrakita ne kapiika apo akayinza okuzikunganya mfuna milioni 2.5 kati.
He gets out of that in his simple calculation. He's saying that he's getting 250 million shillings. He's talking about a season because our coffee is harvested in seasons.
Kale era sebo president wajja okulambulira nanasi wali onsuubiza akatrakita sebo nkalinze.
Now he's saying that the spirit of growing pineapples is still with him, but they have talked something with the president. He has already communicated to the president about that. And the president yamuwa tractor. Oh, yamusuubiza. Awulidde. Yeah.
So president sijja kumalira biseera nsaba Katonda akutukuumire.
Basebo ne banyabo, that is another person who has given us obujulizi.
Your Excellency,
now, this is now the Gomba cluster. The other ones were Zimbabwe, so these ones are the Gomba cluster. Okay, go ahead.
Your Excellency, amazina ni Nyitwana Sasra David, egomborra erkayo kandi eyebyafayo abarwani eyibarabiremu okureba ngo nibabasa kureta government tukusima abo businge ahabo okutereza obugambero kandi ukatukereza no kutunga ukatuihe mu ndisa eito abeturisa mu yakare eyende 300 otarukubasa kugira na rita 50 omuka ningo otarukubasa kureberera kayawo.
Your Excellency, my name is Nasasila David. I come from Chai sub-county, the farthest sub-county in Gomba district, and I am also the chairperson of that sub-county. Your Excellency, I would like to thank you so much for your able leadership that has made us reach here today, that has made us better people, that has gotten us from the back in the day of 20 to 30 cows without even land to better people now.
Your Excellency, ehinduko gambara itwe nkabarisa bente ntukusima munonga ahabo kureba ngo hati omuntu no basa kuboyine entenke tuningi ibiri nizibasa kureberera family yawe zikikamerwa mate gazitunge family gagitunge kandi ezatsigara obase kutwara amate ahadaya.
Your Excellency, would like to thank you, us as the cattle keepers. In this period, Your Excellency, us as the cattle keepers, we have been able to survive without even lots of cows, with 2 or 3 cows, but we get milk for our families, we get milk for selling, and then we also save some money that helps us, Excellency. That is, Excellency, that is all because of your able leadership and guidance, Your Excellency.
His Excellency, natungo mugishogu okushikira abantu bacyahya bari 70 kandi nito tukirayo amate mengi ahakatare omurugomba district nkacha sub county. So nkabarisa bacyahi buri zoba ntutunga ahakatare emitwaro 30 na mwenda nenkumina ritazamate buri zoba.
Your Excellency, myself and the rest that have stayed in Chahi, we are the #1 producers of milk in this Gomba district. Us as Chai sub-county alone, we produce 394,000 liters that go on the market every day from Chai sub-county, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, to in a challenge,
emphasize that this Chahi is like a sub-county, although it's like a parish.
It's a sub-county, sir.
It's now a sub-county.
Yes, Your Excellency.
But each day, they sell 394,000 milk per day.
From one sub-county.
From one sub-county. Okay,
Yes,
Gumuzam.
Your Excellency, shangira buzubu nkabarisa bacahi ahabo kugira ngo nite twina amateme kandi ngafukibwa buri zoba tweshanga ngo ntuserwa turukubaza kuza ahakatare kihanga ryona ahabo kuba itegombore ya cyahi inkwebembera niyo gombore hanshonda yayo yona haro RC nemwe nyarazo gwemerere kandi amashanyarazi gari mu rugomba yona andi ninyushikaje aharare yawe ya kifampa 2016 okataraganisa otcyahi nabihereza amashanyarazi mbwene kutwakuba twina amashanyarazi nani nyenda koreka nibihe biturukuferwa ahabo butagira amashanyarazi go kufisa amategeko.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. As Chai sub-county, in as much as we are the biggest producers of milk, Your Excellency, we have one little challenge, Your Excellency. We are the only sub-county in Gomba that does not have electricity. Therefore, because of milk in its state that needs to be cooled, we have found that at times, these people who come to pick our milk, they reduce on the price because of that challenge. Your Excellency, we cannot keep our milk for so long. But Your Excellency, vividly well, I know you promised us, and I know under your able leadership, Your Excellency, you will help us.
Your Excellency, bami domain ninga shaba kutugura amategeitu nibatsharaho katugire ngo rita y'amate yari nanju nibatsharaho shinge bishatu zo kufya matago oshanga ko kwata bishatu okubazamu umuhendo gw'amate.
First of all, but because of that small big challenge that we are facing as the people of Chahi, a liter that would have been 1,000, Your Excellency, because of the middlemen who come and take our milk, and they also have to freeze the milk, Your Excellency, they end up deducting at least 300 per liter. Therefore, we sell at a less price, Your Excellency, and we end up losing nearly 118 million per year, Your Excellency. That would have been to us, the local farmers, that would have been benefited us as the local people of Chai, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, kandi kabarisa tukwebwa kwebaza n'obuturabe twine ebikuteganisa cooperatives zikurenga omurishatu ezumuheire government yawe ezeheire kura okureba ngo at least ntubasa kwatsizaho no amashanyarazi gagatakaizere ntusharwe sentezo konka hakiri amategeko tugarukubasa kufa.
Your Excellency, all hope is not lost, and would like to thank Your Excellency through your able leadership. We have been able to get 3 cooperatives have been able to get 3 coolers sub-county. These coolers have been helpful. Our milk can now be cooled as we are waiting for the bigger picture of the electricity, Excellency. But we thank that you have given us that high sub county, and we are very grateful.
Ekindi nkabalisa bente owekitiinisa president ntweshanga tutwire turanda toto quarantine kuiho muko kubanza kushitse bwirobu abana baitu bagaraka amashomero nangwa nebire byabandizeho n'amateka kahika kukingwa twayeshanga mukabe kango ente zitukurise z'amate nizibandi zende mbazi nizenda kureberwa nangwa n'obuturwazezwa tukashanga tukozesa esente nyingi cyayetengesa ngo at least twakubayo agriculture loan yakwasa kwebwa abarisa bente at least bakagumiraho okureba ngo quarantine eji yabasa kurgaho.
Your Excellency, we have so many demands and so many challenges. One of those that has been said, but we are also asking through the Ministry of Agriculture at least to be getting an agricultural loan that can help us during those hard times. But Your Excellency, we are grateful. For the sake of these other people, Your Excellency, I think I'll put it in Uganda. Tiabalimi abali wanoba abalunzi twagala okwebaza era gavumenti teddagala erigemente nalyo lyatuuse ku disitulikiti yaffe ye Gomba era nga bwe tukaaba nga bwe tuwaayo tugenda tandika okugema ssebo chairman.
Your Excellency, ndiyo ninfunza nani nyenda ngu kwakubere kuyo kushaba kwitu nk'abanyacyahi n'ebicweke bishyikireho encourage ya okukorakoranisa ebyaro mwenda gureta kisozi ntugihurira kandi tuhuretambira abantu munonga kandi twe turibatahi bawaho. Your Excellency, twabe ntushaba triste gombora ya cyahi ne yakaburisho cye nazo zegeitaho zitwabsa kutunga omunkora eyebyaro mwenda nitwe tushana kabatahi bawe kandi uko kuturi. Your Excellency,
thank you so much, Your Excellency. We also hope that this program that is here is spread out to all the other sub-counties. We'll be grateful when we are like Greater Kisozi. Your Excellency, we have gotten abataka abali eyo twafuna dozi emitwalo 5,15 ezigemeddwa ente zaffe ezawano. Your Excellency, those are the doses we've gotten, though not enough, but we are still grateful.
Your Excellency, ntukusima nyoweni nyenda kusima munonga ahawe byokozere tutwiraha tutine mbazigwezwa ninga vaccine konka tusima nkaba nyigomba okureba ngo tukatunga doses tukaturi yaba kabiri ahari kiruhura okukira ezin districts ekyo ntukusimira.
Your Excellency, we are very grateful and happy for having you as one of our number one citizen and our number one person here. Through that protocol, Your Excellency, we are number 2 after Chirhula to get the vaccines, and we are very grateful, and God bless you and always put us first. Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
Okay, sit down. Now, we are ending the cluster of Zimbabwe and also the one of Gomba. But before we end, I would like to get, do you know the dairy farmers, the number of the dairy farmers in Zimbabwe? Mwine kibina kyabalisa numanya abantu abali omukujemura amate abagomba ninga tumukimanyi mumanyi enamba yaba member.
Your Excellency, Zimbabwe twine cooperatives yatukozera union ya district yona. Tubere tuyo cooperatives yatu registeringire union tuyambire honorable Shatsi.
Iwe wankai
ndio wasemba bale ona. Your Excellency,
ruba kweto
ranyeta Grace Rubajema. Grace Rubajema
Rubajema atu murubanga hiba abari mu kibina cyayi
union tugetsere cooperatives twine cooperatives nkatano na 5 twazigaitamu twakora union
tumukomanye naba amakagarumu
ba members no suturu ko mutwaro gumune ko mibiri. Your Excellency,
okay, so you don't know the tumukomanye amaka abakanyoni nyenda, because what I want nze buli jjo kyenwanako kiri okugoba obwavu okuva mu Uganda enjukunju sagala wasigareyo amaka n'olwekyo kikulu tumanye amaka meka agaganyuddwa mu mata amakameka agakanyudwa mu mwanyi so that tumanye nti tutuuse ku ekyo kyange ekyedda ekya okugoba obwavu nju ku nju. So bwe mba temulina kibalo mugende mukikole olunaddako mututegeeze.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Kale wanogamba kiro lubajjamu.
Nanyendako kusima His Excellency. Nabisaba abantu abali aha. Ebyo ne bitukukora byona.
Translate naye bale.
Nanyenda kusaba abantu bona bali aha. Mutubanze tuterere government ya NRM aba security. Abakakutene security nobwego butwine ne bitugamba byona ku bitaro.
Excellency, I would like to thank you, and I would ask everybody here to give a big round of applause to the NRM government for the great works it has done, for all the efforts it has given us as the local people. If we did not have this peace that we have right now, we would not have achieved all this.
Your Excellency,
Your Excellency, a lot has been said.
Enterprise zona nzuru no mwana ngwine nembuzi nzini kwakanyo Your Excellency nanyenda kutano katina bagenzi banje nanyenda kamba mu challenges nkebiri mu bituzubira.
Your Excellency, as me as a person, I do dairy, I do cattle fattening, I have coffee, I do goat farming. I practically do everything that you taught us to do, Your Excellency. I would like to hit on a few of the challenges.
Your Excellency, abenji babachigambere echejwa karantini kututuraho omwenji tuzubira kutunguka, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, like the earlier speakers have said, FMD has been a big challenge to us, and it has been around for quite some time. It has affected us as the farmers.
Your Excellency,
I was therefore asking and begging if it is possible. Every day I milk 200 liters a day, Your Excellency. I also do fattening. I have 100 cows for fattening.
Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, I'm also I have 5 acres of coffee, Your Excellency. I have just started that.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you.
Your Excellency, hariho washemba yokukira omuriso kukira hakarera.
Your Excellency.
Omuriso kukira omuri Gomba yo.
Karera linkai.
Your Excellency.
Muzayono ya mulunzi asinga mu Gomba yonna.
Ali ludawa.
Ngugwa Your Excellency Karera. Ngugwa yaza akazindara.
Your Excellency neyaza amanyanze Karera Philip nga nkola dayali mu gombola ya Madu.
Your Excellency, thank you so much. My name is Karera Philip, and I do dairy farming in Madu sub-county.
Obuzali bwange bw'emityana naye nange oluvannyuma lw'okuwulira enjiri gye wasomesanga engeri gy'omuntu asobola okukolera ku kataka katono n'afunamu kinene navaayo mu tawuni n'enzija mu kyalo eno n'entandika omulimu.
I am a born and raised of Mityana district, but from your good message, Your Excellency, the mindset program, this development message, I also left Mityana.
Let me come back. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay, Your Excellency. Abakozi bo employing n'amata.
Muzeeyi tukwebaza okutugabula tulidde ne tunywa taata weebalire ddala tukwebaza muzeeyi amasomero g'otuwadde muzeeyi amalwaliro tukwebaza byonna muzeeyi taata naddala abaliraanye Kisozi ate bo babadde bankizo nnyo ku nsonga eno muzeeyi webale kulaakulanya kwagala Uganda webale kwagala bannayuganda muzeeyi webale enjiri gy'otuwa muzeeyi Uganda okubeera ng'alina ejjamba mu nsawo muzeeyi ate muzeeyi engino okumanya nkulu ereeta emmere mu maka n'omuntu nafuna ekikumi mu nsawo ze neebaza emmwanyi kubanga emmwanyi ate kati ya bbeeyi muzeeyi era kati muzeeyi abantu balwana bulwanyi baagala mmwanyi bonna basanyufu nnyo abakyala basanyufu era bagamba Jabiri mukaga gwe baagala taata mama tukwebaza mama Janet webale kubyenjigiriza mama tusiima webale mama Janet webale kutwagala wale kwagala bannayuganda mama wale kwagala baana bo mama webale nnyo ku byamasomero mama omusajja ono yesali kado wenaaleemwono ali mu yelo ayagala nnyo president ne bw'omusala n'abaza bannagomba abaagala pulezidenti waabwe naye maama kano n'okatuuse wa taata maama basabye nti bwe muba muyitawo maama nga bali ku kubo mubabuuzeeko baba balumwa nga mubayisawo nga temubabuuzizzaako maama mukatuli kyakutumidde maama n'abalala bangi bali eyo bakwagala nnyo maama maama naffe tubaagala nnyo tubaagala maama twebaza baministers baffe abalungi bonna nga bakuliddwa prime minister maama Nabbanja olulwa wajja maama egomba wanagomba wagireka maama eyuguuma bagamba majegere wabwakoma wodi maama bakwagala nnyo maama Nabbanja vice president maama nawe tukwagala nnyo speaker wange omulungi maama wabale kujjako Gomba tuli baamukisa Gomba omwaka guno batuwadde effectegese Heroes Day mwana tubayite Gomba kalela jangu ogambe muzeeyi
Nyanzala DC
okay
oweekitiibwa president badde kyakunnyonnyola
The Excellency, I was still explaining to you.
Mwaka gwali gwa 2018 nakusinkana ewa mwami Honorable Kiwanda side ze Busunju eyo
2018, Your Excellency, I met you at Honorable Kiwanda's residence.
Nti okulunda ente z'ennyama olina kuba mugagga ng'olina ettaka ddeneko era nga kyekyali ekituufu kuba mu kiseera ekyo nange nalundanga nte nyankole ennume naye nga ndaba tezivaamu ssente.
Your Excellency, when I met in 2018, your message that you gave us that day, you said for anyone to benefit from cattle farming, you have to have big chunks of land, that is for cattle fattening. Even me that time, Your Excellency, I did not have that big land. So I started changing according to your message, Your Excellency.
So they diary.
I started dairy farming, Your Excellency. I'm very proud of my job, Your Excellency.
Njagala okwongera okugamba nti bwe natandika omulimu ogwo era nasanga ebisoomooza.
I would like to furthermore let you know, Your Excellency, that when I started that kind of work, I met a few challenges.
Kubanga tetwalina bulungi nteziwa matagamala okusinziira ku kyoba otaddemu n'ekyo n'ojjamu.
Your Excellency, I met a few challenges. My cows were not giving me enough milk from what I had put in at that point, at that time.
Mu kiseera ekyo natandika okukyusa okukola breeding ku farm okusobola okufuna ente ez'amata okwenkanankana n'ekiri kye tutaddemu kubanga okusooka.
Your Excellency, therefore I started changing to make sure that what I put in is what I benefit from these dairy cows.
Kubanga okusooka weesanganga nti okamya ente lita 2.
At first you would find when one milks a cow 20 liters.
Ate ng'eridde siringi mutwalo.
When you have spent over 10,000 on one cow, yet it has given you 20 liters.
Ekiseera ekyamba tetwagatulanga siringi 5. Bw'obalamu ng'olaba tofuna.
Back then, people would give them 500 shillings. When I did my calculation back then, it was not beneficial, Your Excellency.
Era nze nakwata nnyo ekigambo ky'ekibalo kubanga kyensomesa weetambula wonna.
Therefore, Your Excellency, I started getting farming with calculations, Your Excellency.
N'entandika okubreedinga okufuna ente ezinampa lita waaki 3 oba 4.
I started changing, breeding cows that would give me at least 30 to 40 liters of milk a day.
Abaaliwo mu kiseera ekyo tebasooka kitegeera mangu nga bagamba tebijja kusoboka.
Those who were there at that time were challenging me that it will not be easy.
Naye lwa message yo,
because of your good message, Your Excellency,
kyasoboka kubanga nasalawo ente kuziteeka mu biyumba.
I became persistent, and from your message I brought all the cows to a shelter, one shed. Zero grazing, Your Excellency.
Nti ente bw'ogirundira mu kiyumba eyo ejja kusobola byeridde, ojja kusobola bijjamu amata agamala nga tekwesezza maanyi kutambula eyo. Ate n'endwadde kubanga abantu bamuno baali batya nnyo ente enzungu zitambuza.
Your Excellency, from zero grazing, I was able to keep my cows in one place. It would be easier for me to feed. What I would feed them, I would be certain that it's what I would get. Also, these cows that are kept in one place, you don't graze them, they don't move for a long distance, therefore they don't get diseases, and I would be able to manage them ably, Your Excellency.
Kati abantu bangi basanyufu, bangi bankyalira, ne Honorable Minister yankyaliddeko ennaku ezo. Kati tulina ente 100 nga tuzirundira ku eka ng'emu ne tuzirimira omuddo ku eka nga 3.
Your Excellency, I have over 100 cows, 100 Frisian cows for dairy on 1 acre. I also have another acre for hay, another 30 acres, Your Excellency, pardon me, for hay.
So, kati enyingiza yange y'amata nze mbala mwaka tufuna emitwalo mu nte ze tukamya ente 5 etuzifuna litalo 1500.
Your Excellency, for me, I count annually. I milk 50 cows and I get ofunamu meka?
Tufuna emitwalo 45 omwaka gwonna mu nte zaffe 5.
Mitwalo 45 omwaka gwonna
ez'amata. Kubanga ente yange njikama emyezi 10. Mu nsonga efaana bwetyo.
Soko olinde ddayo otereeze. Nedda soko leke yeeyogeredde. Oyina ente okama ente 5. You milk 50 cows. Each cow you get how much?
30 liters.
Each cow, Your Excellency, he gets 30 liters of milk from each cow of the 50 cows he milks every day. Buli lunaku gw'okama. Ze lita 1,500 buli lunaku.
Ate emyezi 10 gibeeramu ennaku 3.
Every day I milk my 50 cows. From the 50 cows I get 30 liters from a day from each cow. 30 liters times 50 is 1,500. Otunda mmeka olwo? Olunaku ofuna mmeka?
Badde njagala wekitiibwa omugambe 1500 ennaku 3 ze tukama ente gy'emitwalo 45 egya lita. So emitwalo 45 amataka tugatuna siringi 8.
Your Excellency, for him he says he does annual calculations. Therefore, at the end of the year, he does 45,000 liters, each liter at 800 shillings.
N'olw'ensonga eyo
n'ofuna mmeka omwaka?
Tusobola okuŋŋaanya miliyoni 360 omwaka.
Therefore, Your Excellency, I can collect over 350 millions a year. Ago ge magoba 60 millions.
naye era tulaba nga kitono nnyo ekitiibwa pulezidenti
ago ge magoba oba zonna wamu
kubanga singa ate tugaongerako omutindo ne tufuna ne tukola yugati tusobola okufuna ebbiliyoni 1 ne miliyoni 8.
Okay.
Kubanga singa tukama lita zaffe 45 ne tugakolamu yugati eno mu kyalo agula nusu 10,400 kitegeeza bwefuna 45 n'enkubisaamu siringi 10,400 nandibadde nsobola okufuna ebbiliyoni 1 n'emitwalo 8 naye obusobozi awo tebunnatuukawo. Nali nsabye anadis nti singa tufuna ekyuma ne tugattako omutindo kiyinza okufuna sente nnyingi okusinga ze tufuna.
Your Excellency, from my project that I am doing right now, if I would get an opportunity to add on value to my produce, he says if he would get an opportunity to do like yogurt, for example, he would shoot from the 360 million a year to $1 billion a year through value addition. I had put in my request to the NADS Secretariat.
Ate era ndowooza nti kijja kuyamba nnyo ekitiibwa pulezidenti twakola n'essomero erisikiringa bano abaana oba yakoma mu kyamusanvu bwe teyafuna mukisa kusomako oba yakoma mu siniya 4 bafune skills ezo bategeere okulima nti kulimu sente.
Your Excellency, also from my experience, I started up more or less of a technical school for skilling. I collect children from P7, Senior 4, and I collect them at my technical school to skill them, especially in veterinary services, in cattle keeping, to entice them that this job also can make money like any other jobs.
So nebigambo ebyo pulezidenti
okozesa abantu bameka?
Mu kiseera kino tukozesa abantu 6.
Excellency, I wanted him to highlight that. At least I know him as one of the biggest employers of our young children in Madu sub-county. He has given them jobs on that side as leadership. We are very grateful. He has over 60 young people working for him. Here we call him a local investor, Your Excellency. In summary, he's our local investor. Your Excellency, on your busy schedule, if you get time, you come and visit us and see what we have used. Thank you so much.
Now, this is the testimony of the cluster of Sembabule and cluster of Gomba.
Kati obubadde bujulizi obuva mu kabondo ke Sembabule n'akabondo ke Gomba.
But the whole cattle corridor has got the same testimony.
Naye ebitundu byonna ebirunzi okwetooloola wano byonna birina obujulizi obufaananako bwe butyo.
From Isinjiro, Mbarara, Chiruhura, Kazo, Lyantonde, Sembabule, Gomba, Chankwanzi, Chiboga, Ngoma, Masindi, they have changed, all of them.
President yagamba mu district ezo zonna zamenye okuviira ddala gyatandikidde Embarara, Eisingiro, Ekazo, Kiruhura, district zonna ezirunda ez'abalunzi zirina obujulizi obufaananako bwe butyo.
So I would like them to get us data, like for instance the dairy farmers, how many are they? How many are they? So that you have the data, because the one of Sembabule was saying they have formed a union, cooperatives have formed a union, but how many members are there?
Kati President olw'obutayagala kuleka muntu yenna ku bbali mu njiri ye, ayagala afune ebiwandiiko ebikwata ku buli district, buli maka, buli muluka, buli kyalo bameka abalunda, afune ebiwandiiko ebyo.
I have been having meetings with them,
abadde n'enkiiko ez'enjawulo n'abantu bano
to go deeper.
era nga bamunnyonnyola bingiko okusinga biboogedde wano.
Because the testimony they are giving is mainly based on Frisian cows on free range arrangement, where the cows go and graze in the farm by themselves.
Kakati abadde ayogera nabo ebbanga bategeezezza nti bamunnyonnyola bingi okusinga bye bannyonnyodde wano.
Obujuzi wano bwe baweereza wano obusinga buyimiridde ku the free range model ente okulya mu farm to graze in the farm.
Obujulizi bw'abantu bano abadde bayogera nabo obusinga bonna bwadde bwetooloolera nga ente zaabwe basiba faamu era zeeriisa zokka nga zitambula si za mu biyumba.
Now the only new one is Karera here, who said for him he has moved to zero grazing.
Kati ate obujulizi bwa Karera bukyuseeko ku bw'abali kuba obuwe ezize yazizimbira ennyumba azireetera byakulya awo.
And he grows pasture for them.
Era n'azirimira omuddo n'azireetera.
And you hear he has gone to 1,500 liters per day.
Era muwuliddemu buli lunaku.
So therefore, my work among them now is to go from free range to zero grazing and growing the pasture.
Kakati olutalo ate kati president lwalangirira bwe lwokuba nti bava mu nte ez'okutambulira mu faamu wadde enzungu naye zigende nga nzimbire amayumba oba ebiyumba nga baziriisa ziri awo kye bayita zero grazing.
Ate olwo egyo niyo hururu enaaza kubatamu okubagira nti mbwene ente ebyokuseetuka ente nishiisha obunyatsi muyihingira obunyatsi muyitemere zirire hamwe nizirakama munonga okukira hata okwirukamu. That's the message, that you go from free range to zero grazing.
The president abadde ayogerako ne bannagomba n'abesembabule baga nti kati ate olutalo lweyimiridde kwe kuba nti bava mu nte okutambula obutambuzi mu faamu zigende mu mayumba nga balimu omuddo ne bazirimira ente ne ziryoka zibawo amata amangi.
Now the other war we need to fight with them is when the head of the family dies.
Kati olutalo olulala president lwayagala okutandikako lutalo olw'abantu kati nga singa nannyini waka afudde.
Then the children fragment the wealth because they say they are sharing.
Awo omunannyini waka bwafa ekitandikirako abaana batandika okutemaatema mu byobugagga.
We are now telling them, stop this. Keep the wealth together, the land, the wealth, the cows, shares only, emigabo.
Kati olutalo president lwatandise bwe lw'okubagamba nti yes taata afudde maama afudde banannyini maka naye mu kifo ky'okutemaatema bye mubaddemu era ne mugabana ettaka ne mugabana ente muzikuumire wamu mugabane ssente eziva mu nte mu kifo ky'okugabana ettaka n'ente.
Ate egyo niyo hururu y'okwija kubatamu nyina yakayarigaho okutatwanyagura obugaiga ngunu mubagana obugaiga bugume hamwe mubagane emigabo rero mubagane ebyarugwa omufaamu esente zarugamu ezashaga mbeze omu abagana konka obugaiga bugume hamwe. That's what I keep them together and share the shares.
Ya president yayongera kunyikiza enjiri eno ey'obutagabanagabana ey'obutatemaatema mu ttaka ey'obutatemaatema mu byabugagga byammwe naddala nga nannyini maka avuddewo mu ngeri y'okugabana nga mulowooza buli omu afuna akake. President yagamba ekyo tekituyamba, kyekisobola okutuyamba kwe kukuuma ebyobugagga ebyo nga biri wamu ne tumanya ekivaamu ne tugabana amagoba mu kifo ky'okugabana ebyobugagga.
So now let's listen to Narwanga, Sarah Narwanga, one of my mobilizers who has been handling the 9 villages around here, where I had now to go down and try to implement directly my vision of the 4 acres model around the 9 villages here. Narwanga.
President ayita muwala we Narwanga yabadde ali ku njiri eno ye musumba ali wansi wano okuba nti enjiri enenyikira bulungi atubuulire enjiri nga bwetambudde naddala mu byalo bino omwenda. Ono mukyala Nalwanga gwayise atunnyonnyola.
Excellency, Mama, Vice President, Mama Nabanja, abantu b'ekisozi buli omu obedda mbuuza ne Mama Nabanja kwali.
She has recognized the protocol here from His Excellency the President, but has said that everyone in Ichisozi has been asking, has Mama Nabanja also, is she also here? Is she among the visitors? Akusaba oyimirireko ab'ekisozi bakakase nti Majegere wazze.
Mama Nabanja wali.
Nalwanga bagambe ne Nabanja yazze wali Majegere.
Cabinet ministers abakulu mwenna tubaniriza mu Gomba. Tubaniriza ekisozi fe baani.
Welcome cabinet ministers and all of you, welcome to Gomba.
Banagomba government yonna eri wano fe baani. Tukubireko mu ngalo.
Thanking you for coming and they are very appreciative. They don't take it for granted. Thank you for coming.
Your Excellency, Mama, ze nsooka na kwebaza.
She's very, very thankful.
Okunfuula kyendi.
Because Mr. President and Mama, you've made Nalwanga.
Okunsomesa n'okumpa omulimu.
You educated her and you gave her a job.
Nze ine yanziza. Era nga nkusuubiza sijja kuswaza.
And she will never disappoint the president.
President wantuma.
You sent me
nasooka
here.
n'etambula naawe mu Bonna Bagaggawale.
I'd moved with you in Bonna Bagaggawale campaign.
Mu ggwanga lyonna.
The whole country.
N'enjiga enkola abantu gye bakolamu.
I learned a lot and I saw how people are doing things.
Era bwe namala okuyiga Muzeeyi n'ondokomyawo ekisozi.
After when I had learned, you also sent me back here to Kisozi.
Okusobola okuba nga nsomesa abantu okuva mu bwavu.
So that I transform my community.
Wambuuza njijukira.
You asked me.
Wanga abantu b'ekisozi babanga bangi nga bakuteega kubo ng'ogenda mu faamu yo.
Because many people here, they would, wherever they would know that you are coming here, they would flock on the road to greet you and ask for something.
Era wali obawa.
And you would used to give them every day. You would come here.
Era nga we bajja basuubira ebbaasa ya kaki.
And wherever you would come, everyone would expect that envelope, the brown envelope.
Naye Muzeeyi neebaza okumbuuza. President yambuuza Nalwanga nkolere ki ab'ekisozi.
But you asked me, Your Excellency, what should I do for Kisozi people?
Ne mugamba Muzeeyi lekeraawo okugaba ebbaasa.
Then I told you, Your Excellency, stop giving us the envelope, the brown envelope.
Kubanga baali bamusaba ebbaasa. Baali bantu omuntu omu oba babiri abaali basobola okumuteega ku kkubo naye abataalina maanyi tebasobolanga kufuna.
Because it was only benefit the few.
tebalina buyonjo waka.
They had no sun, they had no toilet, they had no people trains.
Ne tusanga nga tebalina ssente, baali basula bubi, nga abamu tebalina n'ennyumba nga tekuli luggi.
Some of them had no door, you know, they had no proper houses. And most of them, some of them had grass houses.
Basanga nga mulimu abalunzi, nga balina ente nnyingi, abamu nga balina ettaka, naye ate nga basula bubi.
We found some people who are keeping, who are like in animal husbandry. They would have very many cows, but they were really looking miserable.
Naye abo tebaali bangi.
And those were not very many.
Ne tusanga ng'abantu abo tebaweeredde baana nga tewali asomye.
Many of them could not even take their children to school.
Era muzeeyi gwe watuleetera okusoma wano.
And thank you, Excellency. It's you who brought education here. And very many graduates are here, sir.
Wanga twasanga nga tewaliwo ssomero lya secondary, tewaliwo n'abaana nga tebasoma.
There was no secondary school, and literally children were not going to school.
Abawala baali bafumbirwa nga bakyali bato.
The girls would get married at a very tender age.
Abalenzi nga batandika okunywa omwenge nga bakyali bato.
The boys would get drunk at a very tender age in this area.
Abalima bali mu mmere butono nga tebafuna ssente.
Those who are involved in crop husbandry, they would be involved but at a very low rate, and they could only either grow food for their own stomach or not even enough for their own homes.
Bwe twamala okukola se twazula nga twasanga amaka 1,700.
We found 1,700 households within this area.
Bwe twamala ne tugamba tutandike naki.
Then they discussed, what should we begin with?
Twatandika n'obuyonjo ewaka.
Then they started with sanitation.
Bwe twamala ne tunoonya ku mmere.
Then they go on to food security.
Ne tubawa ensigo, ebijanjaalo, kasooli, muwogo, amalagala.
And they gave them seeds for food crops.
Tumala ne tulowooza kati emmere tugimaze tudde ku kine tudda ku ennyingiza y'essente.
Then after securing food security, then they went into now income. What can they do to earn something at home? We started now on coffee. We gave them banana suckers. And also gave them some dairy cattle. We gave them goats. Some of them started in poultry. And some were led into piggery. Then after that, then they went back house to house, the 1,700 families, to see the sustainability of the project that they had begun. And we found out that some had really done what they've been told. Those who are involved in cattle, dairy cattle, they had moved on. And even those who are involved in piggery, they were doing well. And coffee. Coffee had also begun. They picked on coffee also.
President, Montezo twaweereza ente 556.
In this area, we sent 556 heifers.
Naye twateesa n'omulimi nti we tukuwa ente eyo olina okutuddiza empaana.
And they had agreed that if we give you one heifer, you give us one in return after when it has given birth.
Naye tusoboddeze ne ttiimu yange okukolektinga amaka 352 okuweereza empaano 352.
Out of the 556 they gave out, 352 families have returned and they've moved on. The project has moved on, and to 352.
naye mu nte zino ze twagaba
But out of these heifers that we gave Your Excellency,
nze mulimu ente ezaatufaako
there are those which died, unfortunately.
zaatufaako nga tetunaba kuzza mpaana.
Some of them died before people would give us the first child, the first heifer.
Twafiirwa ente 128.
We lost 128 heifers before they gave birth of their first heifer.
Mwezi ente mwalimu abaazitunda.
But even there, we discovered there are some who sold these heifers.
Mwezi ente twafuna abatunda ente amaka 27.
Out of the 556 we gave out, 27 families sold off the heifers.
Nga bagamba tebazisobola.
And the reason they were saying for us we cannot afford the
Kubanga
heifers
zaali nzungu nnyo.
because they were too exotic.
Ate nga zitwala eddagala lingi.
And of course they required a lot of treatment.
Twamala twagaba embuzi.
But also gave out goats.
Twaweereza buli kyalo twakiwa amaka 27. Twaweerezaamu amaka 27.
Every village we gave to 27 homesteads.
Nga buli maka gafuna embuzi 4.
And we would give out 4 goats to every family.
Naye twamala ne tubaweerezaayo empaya.
That's the language here. Empire is what?
A he-goat.
A he-goat. They would send them a he-goat out of in that village. They would send one he-goat.
Twateekangamu empaya 5. Yes.
In every village, they would give 5 he-goats in every village, so that to serve the rest of the goats that they've given.
Obuzibu bwe twasanga mu mbuzi muzeeyi.
The challenge we got in goats.
Abantu bazitunda mangu. Zabanguyira okutunda.
They were very easy to sell. So unlike the heifers, but the goats, they were very easy to sell, and some people sold them.
Twaweereza wonna ewaamu ab'embuzi amaka 336.
We sent goats to 336 families.
Naye kati wenjogerera abalina embuzi ezo.
But as I talk, the families that are still having this project of goats,
tulina amaka 213.
there are only 213 families that are still doing the goat project very well.
Era bazirina era bazironze bulungi.
The goat project is moving on well, and it's actually, these families are doing well, and they're still keeping the goats.
Twabaweereza embizi.
But we also gave out some pigs.
Amaka 6 mulimu.
We gave to 61 families, family holds. 61 family holds, we gave them pigs.
Bino embizi twaziweereza kusinziira omuntu emmere gy'alina okuliisa, obusobozi bw'alina okulabirira embizi ezo.
We could only give pigs to families whom we've assessed that they are able to have enough food for their homesteads, and because we knew that we didn't want our pigs to starve.
Naye project y'embizi yatuyisa bubi.
The pig alley project didn't move on very successfully because they died. Most of them died.
Twafuna omusujja gw'embizi ne zitufaako.
Because of the swine fever.
Twabuuza ku basawo abakugu ne batugamba teguyina vaccine.
And our veterinary doctors, Your Excellency, were telling us that the swine fever had no vaccine.
Toto yonna amaka gonna agafuna ku by'okulunda ebyo by'eŋŋambye gali amaka 135.
The families that were involved in the animal husbandry sector, there were 1,000 and one. This one.
305.
1,305. 1,305 families out of the 1,700. Those were involved into the animal husbandry.
Abalala twabatuukangako nga bagamba tebagala nte naye bye by'okulunda.
Of course, some families, we went there and they were telling us they were not interested into such.
Baasaba mwanyi zokka.
For them, their activity was coffee. They were interested in coffee. And the families who gave coffee, Your Excellency, they are doing well with the coffee we gave them. The highest farmer here was the highest acreage out of the 1,700 she quoted out of this area, has 25 acres of coffee.
Kuchokulunda katina amaka agagala ebyokulunda kubanga amaka 107 gonna twagaweereza gafuna amaka 135 gafuna ebyokulunda ne tugattako abalimi tubatuweza amaka 107 okusinziira ku survey yaffe bonna baafuna.
According to their survey, and the one they did first with Madam Kakwenzile that has been moving on, they are very certain that every family benefited out of this project. Some benefited in husbandry, others benefited into crop husbandry.
Naye tulinamu amaka 212 ago gafuna naye ate gaagana okutambula naffe.
But there are some 212 village households. They got, but they were negative. They were not interested. So they were given, but they didn't pick on. They just left the project, the 200 families. And when we insisted on them that we should get rich, they said, no. For us, we are not interested in Museveni's prosperity. And then, of course, they are not in good books with you because you insisted at them to become rich.
Naye kati abamu batandise okupiikinga gwe twawe mwanyi n'azireka mu ttale kati atandise okuzirima olw'okuba kati sente bafuna nnyingi.
But afterwards, when they realized that those who picked, they began getting money. Now, out of those 213 families that they had refused to take on the gospel, now they are coming slowly, picking the coffee, and they are now planting. So they are also now getting liberated from poverty.
Kuchokulunda twafunamu abavubuka kubanga bwe twatandikira mu 2011 tulina abavubuka be twasanga nga tebalina maka kati baafuna amaka ate tulinamu n'abapya abakajja mu kitundu abeetaaga okufuna ku bintu ebyo tulina amaka 73.
Since then, Your Excellency, there are some families, there are few young people that have started families, but there are also new people that have come into the area, into the coverage. Now, the new families and those who have come, the youth that have graduated to setting up their family, there are 713 families, adding on the 1,000. So there are new homes now into this area, sir. And they also want to join the crusade. We also gave out some fruits. We gave fruits to 20 households.
Naye kati abalimi abo abakoze obulungi mu bibala ebyo tulina abalimi 4.
Out of 20, 4 are successful.
Abasinga bafuna ebibala ne babiteeka mu mwanyi tebakola nti bakola nnimiro yonna eyawamu.
The biggest challenge they got is that some people intercropped the fruit trees, especially into coffee, and it did not do well. Very few of them actually made fruit gardens, and because of that intercropping, most of these fruits they didn't do well and they died off.
Twaweereza emwanyi 538.
We gave out coffee seedlings, 380 coffee seedlings.
Amaka getuwadde.
Oh, they gave to 380 families coffee seedlings.
Era bakoze bulungi, mulimu abakoze obulungi.
Out of the 380 families who were given coffee seedlings, some of them are doing very well.
Abakoze obulungi tulina amaka abakoze obulungi ngola abafunamu sente gali amaka 427. Twaweereza amaka 538 naye abakoze bulungi 427.
Out of the 530 families they gave coffee seedlings, 480 are doing very well. So the coffee project worked out very well in this area. We also gave out chicks. We gave out to 9 families which were beginning the poultry project. 9. We may not show but where some of this poultry is, but at least those who benefited are here. But there are those who may not be able to go to other big projects, but because of the small acreage of land they have, they can only do poultry, and now such families are here, sir.
babadde bazinsaba naye tetuzirina twabasuubiza okubawa twakolaganye ne Madam Controller okubafunira emmwanyi.
This season, Your Excellency, we've not given up coffee seedlings because we didn't have them, but we were in touch with the government controller, the State House controller, for some seedlings. If we get, some of the farmers are waiting for them.
Twamaze okukola ekyo nga tumaze obbawa ne tulowooza nti
okay, Narwanga, the report is that we have been trying to develop these 9 villages in Jukunju.
Okusinziira ku report ya Narwanga, President agamba nti kye baali bagezaako kwe kubala nti bakola enjiri eno y'obugagga Njukunju teri muntu asigala bonna.
So therefore, we are here to do a rough audit and then see how we move forward.
Kakati ekituleese wano kwe kukuba torch mu ngeri gye tutambuddemu ku kino ekyokutambula Njukunju okusinga ku njiri ya President gye bagamba ey'obutagamba nti bannasomako naye yagamba bonna bagaggawale wanakyagala wano.
Koge byaffe bonna bagemebwe, bonna basome, bonna bagaggawale, bonna bafuna amazzi, bonna bafuna amasanyalaze, ye line ya NRM.
Basebo ne banyabo, our line is for mass. It's ya bonna nga President bwayogedde nti bonna bafune emirembo, bonna beeyagale, bonna beere bulungi, yenjiri ya NRM eyo gy'ayagala. Teyagala etoolamu bano bagaggawale bano basigala, ayagala bonna.
So now I thank Narwanga for the report.
Yebaza Narwanga olwa report gy'atuwadde.
The coffee families who have coffee, stand up and we see. Stand where you are.
Kati abalimi b'emmwanyi bonna muyimirire bw'oba oli wano ng'oli muli wa mmwanyi kuba n'aboogeddwako ng'oli wano yimirira. Buli w'oli yimirira nga oli muli wa mmwanyi mu kitundu kino ekyogeddwako ebyalo omwenda ng'oli muli wa mmwanyi. President akusaba yimirira. Muyimirire muli mwanike ku mikono mwenna abalengere abalimi b'emmwanyi mwekka abali mu kitundu kino. President kyayogerako.
Kale kamera yange bakwate emikono
waggulu ffenna abalimi b'emmwanyi emmwanyi maanyi abalimi emmwanyi mwenna muwanike emikono yimirira wanike omukono waggulu ng'omulimi wa mmwanyi.
Kamera yange bakutte mwenna.
Mwekubireko mu ngalo abalimi b'emmwanyi mwenna.
Kati I want, because the villages are 9,
olw'okuba ebyalo biri 9,
I want the one who is the best coffee grower in each village to come here and give testimony.
Kati President asaba twetaagayo abantu 9 nga mu buli kyalo muvaamu omuntu omu asinga okulima emmwanyi Narwanga gw'omanyi omuntu omwomu nga we yasinga wanika omukono nga weemanyi nti mu kyalo ekyo gw'osinga vaayo ojja otuwe ku bujulizi wano.
Because njagala kumatuza abana b'e Kampala ab'e Kampala bategeere nti eno tukola.
The president wants to confirm to the team, to his visitors, that it is possible, chisoboka, and we work here, and everyone, it's a doable project.
Mwemanyi ani asinga okulima emwanyi mu kyalo kino kyalo kiri oba nalwanga oyogala kubako bomenya oba ki oba bemanyi
bemanyi ndaba bajja mpola mpola
kale
nga bobanga gosinga emwanyi mu kyalo ebyaluka babisome kyalo ki
mu Kirasi
village vaayo omu jangu omu Kajumiro omulala mu kyalo ekirala ayagala omu
Kirasi njagala kulaba omulimi w'emmwanyi mu Kirasi asinga bemanyi twetaaga okufuna omulimi e Kajumiro village twetaaga okufuna omulimi e Kisozi B twetaaga okufuna omulimi Kisozi A
omulimi omwomu era okuva ekisozi
twetaaga omulimi mu Kikuumaddungu
ow'Ekikuumaddungu omulimi asinga
twetaaga omulimi Obutuugu Mr. Lwahati Ephraim oliwa
Ebutuugu jangu wano mukwano mujje wano saidi eno
twetaaga omulimi w'e Lutunku B twetaaga omulimi w'e Lutunku B twetaaga omulimi w'e Lutunku A naye mujje kubanga mbamanyi
abatuusewo mutandike okuweereza obujulizi.
Sebo w'ekitiibwa pulezidenti erinnya lyange ze Bernard Bitali
is Bernard Rutaji
Bitali ndi muliraanwawo wano mu Kisawo
is a neighbor to the president.
Era ndi mulimi wa mmwanyi era ndi mulunzi wa nte.
He does both animal husbandry but also keeps coffee.
Era kati obuzibu bwe tusanga ffe tusiŋŋaana ffe abantu ab'ekisawo tubadde tusiŋŋaana obuzibu bw'amakubo.
Atandikidde ku challenge y'amakubo naye president agatuwa obujulizi.
Emmwanyi nnima yiika 10.
He has 10 acres of coffee.
Era nfunamu buli season nfuna emitwalo 25 miliyoni 25
mu acres 10 out of 10 acres he get 25 million shillings.
Era obuzibu bwe tulina ssebo ow'ekitiibwa president nga ffe abaana ba
Bitali village
abaana ba Bitali omugenzi gwe taata waffe omukuza naye ssebo okuva tulina obuzibu tetufunanga byapa byaffe watugamba batuwe mangu ebyapa byaffe naye n'okutuusa kakati tetubifunanga. Tukolera wantu wazibu nnyo era bakubako nnyo waliwo ababbi b'amataka bakubako ebyapa ebirala naye tetufunanga byaffe ssebo taata wa president.
Okay.
Ane ebyapa ebyo
ani alina ebyapa byammwe?
Ekyapa kiri wa administrator general.
Okay. Kale na my staff
era tubadde tukusaba ssebo ow'ekitiibwa president nga ffe abaana ba Bitali otusinkane tukulabemu.
Kale naye emwanyi olina yiika zimeka?
Yiika 10.
Ofunamu miliyoni 25 buli
season
zona wamu. Okay. Kati one of my lawyers who is here PPS. Okay, Agaba, these children of Bitali, go. These children of Bitali, he died and his chapa is with the administrator general. Give it to Kasinje to handle. Kasinje can handle it quicker. Kasinje. Okay. So you are from Kishaho? Now that man is from Chishaho, and he has got 10 acres of coffee. Here he's getting 25 million in a year or a season.
A season, sir.
That's about 50 million
in 2 seasons. Yes, sir.
But what is interesting about these children here, their father was a very rich man. He had 4 square miles of land. Translate.
Omukulu ono president amanyi tatabwe yali amumanyi yayina square miles z'ettaka
nya
yayina square miles z'ettaka nya.
When he died, those children divided it up.
Kati bano taata bwe yafa ne balitema tema.
He had 500 cows here.
Yayina ente 5 wano taata wa bano yali musajja mugagga nnyo.
But those, you hear what they are saying, that the Administrator General how to divide the land.
Naye yenjira eri president yabadde ayogerako kati owulira ebiriwo nti bali mu kugabanya era Administrator General akyalina ebyapa byabwe kitegeeza nti kyali ekyapa kimu kati byafuuka byapa bingi.
But I will see how to help them. That's Chishaho village.
Kisozi village. Kisozi A. Amanya gange Nzerule John nga mpangalira wane Kisozi ku kyalo kino kyennyini. Ekitiibwa president ndi mulimi wa mmwanyi n'ebitooke ate ng'ogyeko ekyo mu kulima nafunamu obukugu bw'okulima emmwanyi era n'ebitooke. Kusobola bulungi nnyo okulimira omuntu emmwanyi n'ebitooke.
He is a coffee farmer but intercrops it with banana. But leave alone getting money out of it, but he is professional now. He can even set up a farm for somebody for coffee and banana.
Wekitiibwa president nsaba okutegeeza wamu ne cabinet ndisaabisoma naye mbiyize nga mbikola.
He didn't go to school specifically for them, but he has learnt it on job.
Era wekitiibwa president omujulizi wange ye Haji Kigongo namulimirako ebitooke.
He did it for Alhaji Moses yamusimbira olusuku. He did it for Haji Moses Kigongo.
Wekitiibwa president nina yika 13 n'ekitundu naye yika 13 n'ekitundu ezo tuzipima mu mpima yaffe ekiganda.
He has 13 and a half acres of coffee, but of course he's saying for them the way they measure acres here in Kisozi is traditionary. They have traditional surveyors.
Wekitiibwa president mu yika ezo ez'emmwanyi ze nnina abapad bampaako bewasindika gurupu gye wasindika otukulaakulanya bampaako eka 3 ez'emmwanyi.
Seedlings. Yes. Yeah, out of that they gave him 3 seedlings to plant 3 acres.
Era bampa emiti 1307.
And they gave him 1,370 coffee seedlings. The rest of the coffee he's been buying and planting.
President omulimu gw'abantu bewasindika babadde batuwa emmwanyi n'okutuwa amagezi ebisigadde nga ffe tubyekolera.
Your team, Your Excellency, the team you sent here, they were giving us 2 things. One, they would help us with coffee seedlings, but they would also advise us. Some of us would even go and buy after getting the advice from them, Your Excellency.
Era wakitiibwa president ojja kuwulira abakaaba naye abasinga banafu abataali banafu at least banoga kamwanyi ate ka bbeeyi.
Some of them, Your Excellency, you would hear some people crying, but some of us who listened to your gospel, Your Excellency, we are rich, and not me alone, but the rest of the people are rich. We may not be at the same level, but we actually have something, sir.
Wekitiibwa president nsaba okkiriza enkuzeeyo emabega mu 1992 olukiiko lwasooka okukuba walukuba mwerosi yange n'ey'ekisozi ng'akyali mwana muto nga nsoma. 92.
In 1992, sir, you had a crusade here of economic empowerment, and he was still a young man, but he came and listened.
Wekitiibwa president abantu baakusaba ebintu 3.
People asked you for 3 things in that particular meeting.
Ekisooka baakusaba amalagala endokwa y'amalagala.
Some asked you for banana vines, potato vines.
ne bakusaba ebiti bya muwogo.
Others for cassava cuttings.
Ne bakusaba ebitimba ebyali bikwata embizzi.
Some were asking for the trappers for hunting. They wanted
the nets.
The nets, so that they go and hunt the wild pig.
Kubanga Oweekitiibwa President ebiseera ebyo kyali kizibu nnyo mu kitundu kino okulya muwogo ne lumonde ng'embizzi tezituganya ez'omu nsiko.
Because the wild pigs were here too many in 1992. So in that particular meeting, people asked you for those nets to go and hunt them.
Era Oweekitiibwa President emmere yaffe yali esinga twalyanga bajjajjaffe ne bakitaffe nga balya musa oyo gwe bakamulamu omwenge omuganda.
Wow. Before, our people here would only eat the bitter banana. It's called musa, and that one only used for alcohol in some other areas. But these people used to eat that kind of banana here. The fourth thing they asked you in that particular meeting in 1992, they asked you for maize flour to have them so that they can eat. That means they didn't have
ebyokusimba ebikwata ku mmere watuyita mu makage waka ekisozi wali ewuwo.
But after giving us some of these items, especially for the seeds for the food crops, you invited us at your home in Kisozi.
N'otugamba nti emmere ey'okulya tugirwanyeeko, nsaba tulime emmere nnyingi ate tufisseeko n'ey'okutunda.
You told us that on food security you are doing somehow okay. But now, the crusade now should be to grow for the market.
Oweekitiibwa President wayitawo ebbanga lyali lya myaka ng'ebiri waddamu n'otuyita.
After 2 years, that's about 1994, you invited us again.
N'otugamba kati mpulira emmere nnyingi ate mufunye n'ey'okutunda. Mbasaba mulime emmere nnyingi mutundeko ate muteekemu n'ekibalo.
You told us that you had that people, you have enough food, but now I want you now to involve into, you go now in to do agriculture as a business. From there, some people got confused. Some of us who understood you in 1994 were somehow, and coffee has really transformed our lives here. Now coffee without husks, commonly known as kase, is 12,000 shillings now.
President tutunda emwanyi enyanike etaliya nga tonda gitwala ku kyuma tukitunda sinji kanana mu lukaaga.
The coffee that we sell, the coffee with husks, the chiwoko, we sell at 8,600 shillings.
Oweekitiibwa President okumbanya emwanyi ya bbeeyi kati bagula n'embisi ate bagigulira mu kiro nga kiro tukitunda 2,800.
These days, sir, we know some people don't even dry the coffee. They buy it fresh. As you harvest it, they buy in kilograms, and each kilogram they give them 2,800 shillings of fresh coffee, not dry, but just from the garden, sir.
Lule summarize katofuna otya.
Oweekitiibwa President season yewedde nasobola okufuna $447 million.
In the last season he got 47 million shillings.
Season emu.
In one season.
Waliwo ento ze sinatandika kunogako naye zenogako ziwera yikanga 8.
Okay.
And
wafuna mu musanvu.
Kati Oweekitiibwa President nakati noga naye nakatandika naye mpezeza $225 million.
The first season he had 47 million shillings. Now the second season he has just started harvesting, but he has sold already 24 million shillings.
That is Lule Kisozi B.
What Lule Kisozi A?
Kisozi A. Kale gendo tuwele Lule.
Ngenda kuyita oweka Jumiro Kibirige Bumba Kali. Your Excellency, ono ye chairman w'Erofisi atawanya gamba nti akwagala ate n'agamba abantu nti nno tokoze essaawa zino avuddeyo kuba emmwanyi akunnyonnyola ebizibu ebirala tuli ku byamwanyi Excellency. Yono chairman w'Erofisi ow'Ekawanda akuma mu bantu omuliro munalwa nga talina kyakoze.
Oyo ngenda kumufunira obudde.
Abala baliwo abalimu.
Kibirige Bumba Kali, Oweka Jumiro, Sonko Anthony, Sonko, Somchala, Mwami Sonko, Nemchala, Wanabalabye, Lubega Patrick, Owesemba Bule Lubega Patrick.
Bano bebayita bebalimina kinku ab'emmwanyi mu byalo byabwe ebyalo omwenda.
Lubega Patrick.
Muleme okulwawo se emmwanyi z'olina nekyofunamu.
Lubega Patrick, Kibirige Bumba Kali, Sonko Anthony, Kisozi B, Lwahati Ephraim. Mwena muje Lwahati Ephraim. Lwahati Ephraim. Sonko Anthony.
Okay, yogera mangu. Emwanyi nekyofunamu oleme okwogera bingi.
Neyanziza His Excellency. Amanya nze Lubega Patrick Omusumba. Njagala kwebaza nnyo President olw'enteekateeka ennungi.
Ova mu kyalo ki?
Nva Lutunku.
Lutungu. Okay.
Njagala kwebaza Vice President bavuddeyo kunnambula era balabye. Neebaza projekiti ng'ekulemberwa Madamu Nalwanga. Yenze eyali omutamiivu
ebiveeko ebyo yogera.
Kakati bampe emmwanyi 2,000.
They gave me 2,000 seedlings.
Naye ku season ewedde 2023.
In 2023,
nakungudde kilo 7,200.
I harvested 7,200 kilograms.
Buli kilo n'etunda ku 5,500.
And I sold at 5,000 shillings per kilo.
Nefunamu milioni 36.
And I got 36 million shillings.
Njagala kwebaza nnyo. Season emu mwaka oguwedde.
That is 36 million.
Yes.
Kati Lutungu B. Kale genda tule.
He was a drunk man.
He was a drunkard.
Yes, sir. He was a drunkard. Naked, he's transformed and he's growing coffee. Your Excellency.
Amanya gange nze Sonko Anthony nga ndi mulimi wa mwanyi.
He's a coffee farmer.
Wanchalirako 2011
Kyalo ki?
Kyalo Kisozi A.
Kisozi A.
Wanchalirako 2011 nompa nga nasaba abasomesa be wasindika emmwanyi 10. Owekitiibwa President n'ensimba kuyika 2.
He was given 1,000 seedlings and planted them on 2 acres.
Kati ntambudde nazo nenfuna ika 10 ezikuze zensobola okunoga kati noga kilo mutwalo.
But out of those 2 acres, he's been buying his own seedlings and has now made 10 acres of coffee. And he harvested 10,000 kilograms.
Nga nyina yika 15 etaano ze zikyabulamu okukula.
He has 15 acres of coffee. 5 are not yet ready, but he's harvesting he's harvesting 10 acres.
Owekitiibwa President noga kilo mutwalo.
He's harvesting 10,000 kilograms out of the 10 acres.
Ntunda kati kubeye ebaddeko emabega zibadde ku layisi naye kati ziri ku 15,500 ekilo enkalu.
He's selling at 5,000 per kilo, and out of the 10,000, that is 50 million shillings.
50 million mu season emu.
Ngafuna mu season emu.
Mu season emu sa.
Kale wabale. This is Kisozi what? Kisozi ki?
Kisozi B.
Okay, kale.
Owekitiinisa President, amazina Lwahati Ephraim, Chairman w'obutugu.
I can translate for that one. He's speaking in Nyankore.
Chairman w'obutugu.
He's the chairman of the village of Tugu.
Wawira takuruma atakuhinga hata nawe nahinga.
He was not a cultivator. He was a cattle keeper only, but he now also grows crops.
Nyenda kwebaza president kuwa atandikire kwiho tutandika mu murimo n'abakozi bawe ningira ngo batwihire yituri.
He's thanking me for sending them the teachers to teach them change.
Nyotinye muhingi orukirayo omwanya omubutugu konka nanye nkanta kuhinga hata nahinga bakampa hikemwe omwana ogumwe gwafa nabasa kwatsa hemte kamaganana buri kiti ninshoroma mu kiro 15 nyiha mu kiro kakaga ko gukoma ngwana kagoma harga mu kiro 13 ngutundira ha 15 ingira ngu aha 15 emirundi 13 numbasa kukimbarira mwaho manye sente zinkutunga.
He's challenging me that I should be the one to calculate that he's selling 3,000 by 3,000 by 5,000. That's how much?
That's 15.
Huh?
That's 15
million.
That's 15 million, and he's not originally a coffee grower. He's a cattle keeper. Amateno tundamate.
Ni tunda rutankaga.
Okay.
Kana kanta nkanyirete zenyankore nazonke.
So he's saying so he's getting about 15 million plus 60 liters of milk. But he's now both a cattle keeper and a coffee grower. Kade wabare rwakwetoha.
Nwanyeta Ruahati Efraimu.
Ruahati. Kade wabare iroko.
President ngagaba nkusabira ndumutahi wawe itakari yawe nditaneri yanjye ngagaba nkusabira ngo wo meeting kwenda nkamutahi wanjye.
That is my neighbor, that we should meet as neighbors.
Kama simwe nimbanza kuramutse w'ekitienisa president
iworiyo
nibanyeta mu Rwanda iyo fure ndiyo wacyankira no manya no kumanya
owa
ndiyo wacyankiri aza naho wawe nkataha he myaka 8 konka hinargira aho wawe nkaragana naragana nkabandi bwanyuma naremisibwe biro biwangambire kutegereza kunaremisibwa habwa amana gange kana aho iramani nafayo nashora konka naragana je nagendaje nashora natunde binabwire nyine nagura hitaka ndiyo wartungu aha baheta cyartagaja erosin bo bagishazire hati yintwaro mugishogo kusima ebyo tukoreire okobhabuzi bwawe
atunokora iki
nimpinga niyo muhingi wo mwani nangwente tinzi nenyingi ente katandikira hazawe eziziba bintu bagabo konka bakampentemwe ati nyine ente 8
na omwani
nyine hikina
okay,
nubwo ntandikire konko buzubu twino buzubu bw'amaizi naho nkarwana munonga habo kutaho omutima koso omutima ahagwo kunde kintu icyo muntu ari kubatandikire nakunda kandi cyari kwija kubasa konka habwa amana ganje amaizi gaturemese amaizi ntugataha obundi ukora kubyaro gokushikera omwani wenu kuba wabyare nkamagana 3 omwani kuguru kuba gwatandika nko kwenda kwata omushana gukitahamu obundi bifu habwa amaizi kuba hari
hatu watandikire kushoroma
natandikire kushoroma omwani omukuru nyine ho hiki 2 omuto nyine ho hikina
ohire mu kirupingana
nyine ho hiki 2
hiki 2 ohire mu
hiki 2 ni nyabo obundi ni nyamu kiro 300 nyanka ntunda aho nangomba irentaru kubi munonga konka abo kugira ngo buri kamwe kone akeka nukareba umwana yo
no ya musente zingahe omushumi omukutwara okutundaho ya muzingayo
ekitiri nyamwe kiri 16 ekiti eki nyamwe kiri 16
zona hamu. Anyway, this one
mbweni nyine kinalishaba muzeeyi ahabwo obutebasa nanishaba ngu kyaba nikibasika otuyambe ompereze tanka ekanyamba na bagenzi bange nabo abandihi
mpereze ki
tanka ya maizi
tanka ya maizi
za tapu ziri ahanguto owaitu tutwine amaizi ga tapu nangwe ekitweke ekyo turi kubi munonga amaizi tutahahare nicyo kiri kuretera n'omwana gwaitu kufwa ahabwo obutebasa
abandi abaritungu bakatunga amaizi
abaritungu bona bakatunga amaizi kureka erosi ya kyarutagaija nitwe tutaine amaizi ninshaba ngu ruhanga yampa tanka nkabagye munonga ngekiteka kikabagye
kale iro
hanga kumpera omugisha muzeeyi
now this one iroko genda nabihurire ebiroko genda
muzeeyi tubulayo ebyalo bina.
This one is saying that he was a herdsman in my farm here, but he went and bought some land. He has now got 4 acres of coffee. 2 acres are mature, 2 acres are still young. He doesn't have the clear calculation, but he's saying that they need a water tanker to hold water to irrigate. They want irrigation, that other parts of that area have water, but their area doesn't have water. But he has got 4 acres now of coffee from 0 when he was in one of my herdsmen. How many villages?
5 now, 4 remaining. Mr. Sagala of Luchukumadungu oba nababi get reader waba wali Chukumadungu. Then Kajumiro twinayo Kibirige Bumba Kali waba wali oba taliwo Kibirige Bumba Kali abaddewo kubanga twabadde tugenda kumukyalira.
Okay.
Sagala.
Kati, is there somebody who's here?
Yes, Sagala huyu.
Is there? Is there, mzee? Mami Kibirige? Yeah. Oba mukyala we.
Oba waliwo obujulizi bw'ente, ente z'amata n'ebibala tukomenkerezaawo. Waliwo okuva mu kyalo kyonna obujulizi.
Amanya gange yenze Mulisio Sagala nga ntuula ku Mutala Kikuumaddungu. Nze nafuna emmwanyi nina yiika 3. Yiika ezo 3 nsobola okufunamu yiika kiro z'emmwanyi wakati w'1,200 n'1,500. Kati bwe mba nga nzitunze ku nnusu kakaaga essaawa ya leero, kiro 1,000 mba nfuna obukadde
The